Hello everyone, we are now 1 week away from the official launch of the YouTube channel, and since I will be launching with 6 videos, there are a handful of video game reviews going up the first day. So I want to talk a little bit about how I go about reviewing games and what scoring methods I use, and the difference between when I actually do a review versus just talking about a game. During the course of the channel, I'll be doing a lot of videos where I do sort of an overview of an entire series, or just talk about my thoughts on a game, my memories about a certain game, and then I'll be doing specifically in-depth reviews. And the difference being, when I'm doing a review, I'm going to try and be as objective as possible and really go into detail about specifics of the game. And when I'm just doing sort of a discussion about games or going over my memories about a game, it's really just going to be my personal opinions, it's going to be my thoughts, my feelings, and my memories regarding that game or that series, and it'll be pretty evident like what the difference is going to be. The tone of my voice, the way I'll be filming, there'll be generally next to no footage when I'm just talking about a game or a series versus a lot of footage when I'm doing an actual review, so you get a picture of what I'm talking about, especially when I'm talking about particularly details like a menu system in a game, or if I go into specifics about different graphical issues. I really want that footage to be there so you can see and follow along. As far as rating games, there are a couple of ways of going about it that I really can't stand. One is the general 4 or 5 star review system, and I feel that that isn't really specific enough. It's a very good just sort of general opinion, but it really only gives you an idea of, is this bad? Is it okay? Is it good? If you have, for instance, 2 games that a reviewer takes game A and gives it 4 out of 5 stars, and a few months later they have another game, game B, and they also give it 4 out of 5 stars. But you ask them, if you had to choose between these 2 games, which one's better? And they say, well, absolutely game B, definitely without a doubt. And so, well, they got the exact same rating. Well, they both had an equal number of problems that kept it away from that perfect 5 star or that 4.5 star marking. They really were 4 out of 5. But there's no way, just by the number, to really tell that the reviewer prefers one game over the other, thinks the other one is slightly better. And you can go the other way and do the reviews where, this has kind of gone out of fashion, I feel like, but there used to be ones where you'd go 1 to 100, and it just, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way to 100. And that has the opposite problem. It's almost too specific, it's too detailed, and it goes into, if you took those same 2 games and you have an 80 out of 100 versus a 4 out of 5, and that's the same exact number, but it makes the game appear better than it actually is. If you take a game that only gets a 1 out of 5 star, or let's say a 3 out of 5 star, you have a game that's a 3 out of 5 star versus a 60 out of 100. If you take this, it's the same exact score, but that 60 out of 100 looks a lot worse visually than a 3 out of 5 star. That 3 out of 5 star looks like a better rating, even though it's the exact same rating. And it gets just too detailed to the point where 1 to 100, what does an 85 really mean versus an 82? What does a 90 mean out of an 88? Like, how it's almost too much of a spread. So I go somewhere in the middle, and I like a 1 to 10, 0 to 10 technically, rating system with quarters in between. That way you can have, it goes 0, 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, 1, 1.25, 1.5, 1.75, 2, the whole way up to 10. That way you take those 2 8 out of 10 games, and that one that is definitely slightly better but still only really around an 8 out of 10 game, maybe that one got an 8.25. That way you can tell at a glance that these 2 games are roughly the same. They both have roughly the equal number of issues, but this one is slightly better. But it's not so spread out like the 1 to 100. So that's the system I'll be using, and anytime you see me do an actual review, you'll see at the very end of the video a rating out of 10 for every single video. That won't be included, obviously, when I'm just sort of talking about games, but when you see a review, end of every video, out of 10, and that is the rating system I'll be using. Hopefully you find it useful, and I hope you enjoy. This will be the final update before the launch of the channel next week and everything goes up on Amazon. So thank you for supporting me so far, and I hope we get off to a good start, and I hope you stick with me as everything improves, as I get better with speaking in front of the camera, get more confident, as editing improves. I really want to help this channel grow, and I want people that are part of the audience to be a part of the channel. I'm going to have 2 videos every single week, and I really want to have it be a little more interactive. I want to get ideas not just for video content from people, but I would love to get feedback. I'd love to use this channel not only to express my own interests and what makes me me, and to sort of help maybe teach some people about things they may never have heard of before, but I'd like the same thing to happen in return. I would really enjoy for the comments to be interactive and to really expand my horizons through interacting with my audience. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you next week.